quiz. And when you're in the quiz, you can choose your type of question. I like to come down here to formula question. And this is going to be a chemical equation problem. So let's go ahead and do that. And the first thing I want to do is I want to type in a math equation, which will be our molecular equation. And then let's see what I can do here. So first of all, I'm going to start typing the numbers here. 3, and then I'm going to type in H, and then you just hit the sub here, 2. I just arrow over and it pops up. I guess we could put, if we wanted to, go back and we could put 2 grams or in gas. And then we could add a space because it looks nice. And then let's add another space, N sub 2. Okay, and that's a gas, so I'm going to come over and gas. And then I'm going to do a space, and then I'm going to hit equals or arrow. I'm not sure where the arrow is on this one. See, there's an arrow with operators. Okay, I don't see that. Relationships. Is there yields? We can just use an arrow. And let's see if this, yep, that will do it. I'm going to hit space again, and then I'm going to put 2, and then NH subscript, so basic, sub 3, and then I'm going to put parentheses G, and now I have my equation, which is really nice. That wasn't too bad. You'll get faster at it. It's actually pretty nice to type in the equation, and it actually makes it look slightly better than the way it did over there. So now I'm going to type my problem and say, given plenty of hydrogen gas, how many grams of NH3, and I guess we should insert the equation again. So we just go NH3, NH sub 3, insert. How many grams of NH3 would be produced if you had, and here I'm going to put, we would normally like say something like 64 grams of N2. Okay, so I'll do that. N sub 2. I guess we could put the parentheses. We'll just leave it simple. And but I'm going to change this 64 grams to a variable. We'll call it X. Okay. And then we go over here, and I just hit enter, and now it pops up with something. So I want the grams to be anywhere from 50 to 150. And then I like to leave the decimal places as 0 decimal places. It makes it easier for the students. Then their formula will be a little bit harder. So it's going to be X, and then I'm going to do, I've already done the conversions ahead of time. So times 2 times 17 divided by 28. So that will be the answer. And then I always come over here and choose 2 decimal places. And I always tell the kids, I'm going to give it 20 possible choices. You could change it to 30 if you wanted, or 50. It says the max is 200. I usually leave it at 20. But we'll do 30 today. And I usually make it round, plus or minus 0.02. That way they have a little bit of range, but yet it's pretty tight. And then I hit generate, and it generates 30 possible problems. It says if X were this, then these would be the answers. You just glance through them, they look good, and then you update question, and then you can save and publish it, and they have it. But watch what else you can do. You can now write new question group, and I'm going to just leave it as group. You can call it something if you want, but I want to pick 10 questions, kids really get frustrated when they have a hard time or they can't get 100%. So I usually have kept it small to like 5 or 3 or 4 or something. But if you just do one, they do one and they just stop and they think they've got it. But if you do a couple, that helps. But if you do too many, then they just get frustrated. So beware. You can make, so we can make everyone 2 points per question if we wanted. So now it's a 10-point quiz or an assignment, depending on what you do. And then I hit create group. And then if you grab this dotted arrow, dotted stuff, you just drag it, pop it in. And now it says, wait a second, there's too many questions, but it works great. It'll pull 5 questions from here. And I come back to details, and I usually mark graded quiz, sync to SIS, allow multiple attempts, and I leave it unlimited. And I even let the students see the answers, so if they need to, they can kind of work it backwards, or and then set your due date and your availability date, and then you hit save and publish. And afterwards, I like to preview it. And as you preview it, you can see it says, given plenty of hydrogen gas, how many grams of NH3 would be produced if you had 82 grams of N2? And notice that there's 136 here, 115, 131, and it grades each one individually, and it's awesome. Then you hit submit, and the kids can learn from their mistakes. If they ever want to, they can see what they did wrong. They can see the answer in the margin. It's pretty cool. So I like it. Okay, that's my video.